Hello everybody, welcome back to F1 Manager 24 with Brawn, and if you didn't see the last episode, go check it out. Absolutely amazing race, an absolutely amazing race, which sees Daniel Ricciardo climb to second in the Drivers Championship and Ollie Bearman up into 9th. Today, we're racing at Singapore, and we do have an upgrade we can put on both cars, because front wing number 3 is ready to go on. We've been researching like crazy. Unfortunately, chassis number 3 isn't quite ready yet, but you can see it's going to give us improvements on the low speed, medium speed, high speed and top speed and acceleration, which is something we definitely need. We do need to start focusing on our car's top speed, I think, and effectiveness. Cornering, we're really good. Preservation, engine cooling, we need to work on as well. We are doing some suspension, I think. Yes, suspension to help us work on our tyre preservation in there, which is good. But yes, the car is looking very good. It's feeling very good. We're going to go 9th and 13th. I'm confident both drivers can do very well. It's my home Grand Prix. Let's get into it. Practice done. In we go to qualifying with heavy rain in Singapore, and we're going to have a little bit of rain on Sunday for the race as well. The car setup's not great for Ricciardo, 87, but 97 for Ollie Bearman. What will the rain bring? That is the key question. What will the rain bring in this session in Singapore? It's going to be tough for the drivers. There won't be as good times as we would be expecting around Singapore. I mean, our car is still very good around here, so I'm expecting us to do a decent effort, but maybe not as high as we may have been. Especially, I'm sort of worried about Ollie Bearman. He's not got great adaptability. He's not amazing in the rain. So let's get into Q1 and see how we do. Okay, so the track is going to get drier in about 5-ish minutes time. It's going to get much drier at the end. So I'm sort of thinking we could wait, reconfigure. I think it's going to be intermediate weather. So we're going to whack a pair of inters on and just let the time get forward and see where we get to. Okay, the track has changed to damp, and it is going to get even lighter as well. So again, I don't need to rush here. It's only Liam Lawson who's out and about on the track. Nobody else, just Mr. Lawson, although Norris has now gone out as well in the McLaren. So a couple of other people going out, but at the moment, we're just going to sit nicely in the garage. Okay, the track dryness is increasing, or wetness is reducing, however you want to say it, but that is a lovely looking car, isn't it? So we're going to send out both drivers right now at the back of this pile. Lawson will overtake us, I'm sure, and we'll have to get out of his way. But yeah, look, it's coming down nearly 3 millimeters. So if we've timed this right, we will have the least amount of water on track. Daniel Ricciardo is going to get a very clear run here, which is going to suit him down to the ground. Ollie Bearman should get Lawson in the DRS zone, and does, which is helpful. So everybody's setting their times now. Max Verstappen is the time to beat, and Daniel Ricciardo goes top of the leaderboard. As you would expect, the conditions favouring Daniel Ricciardo there. And Ollie Bearman even goes quicker. Wowzers. A number of people going out for a second run. We are going to go out for a second run as well on the same set of tyres. But I've got a feeling... Oh, there's a red flag. It's Albon? No, it's not Alex Albon. Oh, it's Theo Pourchaire. He's come round the final corner and hit exactly where Carlos Sainz did in qualifying. But we do go through 3rd and 4th. Charles Leclerc set a good time. Esteban Ocon did as well. That's more track evolution than anything else, though. So we're through with both drivers to Q2. It's still full wets, it's saying at the moment. So we'll leave them on. Let's get into the session and see what the track is going to do. Is it going to... It's going to get lighter at the end. It's going to get lighter, and I think there's no need to even set a time on wet tyres. Okay, we've got about 6.5 minutes left. The track is just about drying out of wet conditions. So I think we're right. There we go. It's changed to damp. So we haven't had to panic at all. I think everyone's going to go back out on intermediates, and it's all about getting our timing right. Ocon and Stroll go out a little bit early, I would suggest. Sainz, Piastri all heading out as well. I mean, with 4 minutes to go, that seems very early to be going out in these conditions. Okay, with 2.5 minutes left to go, we've sent our drivers out. That should be enough time for them to get round and do a lap. A lot of people staying in on their wet running times. We should be going through first and second, here because we've let the track get to its best condition, set it on the inters, we are through P1 and P2, but a lot of drivers happy with that student. But Verstappen out, Perez out, Russell out, Pierre was out because he crashed. But wowzers, okay, 2 big hitters not doing well in Singapore. Very similar to 2023. So into Q3, the rain is still coming down, but yet again, it's going to be the same, where actually inters, I think, towards the end are going to be the tyre of choice. It's only 4.17, so you would imagine here that everyone's going to wait till the end and then go out on a set of inters. But Ocon up there, Sainz into Q3 as well. The 2 Mercedes are out. That's not what I was going to say. 2 McLarens are in, the 2 Aston Martins are in. So, yeah, it's looking like a very interesting qualifying session in Singapore. And the track has got much, much drier. So, again, I think 2 minutes 30 is when we're going to go out. Ocon goes out to try and set a nice little lap. Leclerc goes out. The 2 minute 30 markers seem to be working with us. So, that's 2:32. So, out goes Ricciardo. Out goes Behrman. Can we do this again? Charles Leclerc is just overtaking Behrman there. Danny Rick's going to be starting his lap. This is it. We need good laps here. We're trailing Lando Norris, trying to get a bit of a tow. Ricciardo goes third. Behrman goes third. It's the McLarens in a 1-2. Okay, 1-2 McLaren, 3-4 Brawn, 5-6 Ferrari, Carlos Sainz in the Williams 7th, Esteban Ocon 8th, and Alonso and Stroll didn't go out, obviously happy with 9th and 10th. We're going to be in with a chance here. It all depends on the weather. Wow, they're saying intermediates for the whole race. Interesting. It is going to be all over the place, isn't it? Now, we don't have the greatest weather centre. It is going to be interesting for the whole race. You can push them normally, so, well, Daniel can anyway. Let's see what Ollie Behrman can do. He can just about get there normally. I hope for the video's sake, this isn't what is happening. I really hope there's some safety cars and things like that, because this will be a tad boring, to be honest, if there's just one tyre for the whole race. Obviously, in the rain, you don't have to have a pit stop if you don't need to. But, yeah, that is disappointing. We can take lots of fuel out the car. Let's go 58 laps for Daniel. And let's go 58 laps as well for Ollie Behrman. Right, into the Singapore Grand Prix we go. Let's see how the weather is going to affect this race. Here we are then in a rainy, wet Singapore. I would be getting soaked. I sat just up here, like where my mouse is, on the left of the pits. And we are away. Do we ask any of our drivers to be careful? I feel like they could take each other out. But Ollie Behrman and Daniel Ricciardo having a little fight. We're watching Daniel Ricciardo at the moment, who is behind his teammate. What's the sort of view from the driver there? This is Daniel Ricciardo in 4th. Ollie Behrman's right there in 3rd. The McLaren seem to be taking it easy, not having too much in terms of team orders. I sort of feel like we let our guys battle a little bit. I mean, it does look nice, doesn't it? The car does look good this year. I'm very happy with the livery that we've got on the car. Is Ollie Behrman, there we go, can now sneak in front. 3.7, it's very close to full wets. It's very, very close to full wets. But we are away in 3rd and 4th as we lined up. And I don't think Piastri and Norris swap positions either. So lap 1 down. Obviously DRS would normally open in these conditions, but it's not going to be happening in the rain. So it's going to be pretty much up to the McLarens to decide how they want this race to run. Now you can see we've already dropped Lewis Hamilton by over a second. I say there's no DRS, so that doesn't. It's a bit of an arbitrary number in these sorts of races. But it looks like Norris is holding up Behrman, I'm going to suggest. Because Lando Norris is probably quicker than Piastri. But he might be asking him just defend whenever. So we could ask Ollie Behrman to be a little bit more aggressive and see how it goes. It would be risky in these conditions to do it, and I think a 3rd and 4th is pretty good, but Oscar Piastri is getting over a second away in front of his teammate, so I'm going to suggest that Lando Norris is probably defending. Ollie Behrman having a little look, nothing too aggressive from the British driver. It's actually British on British here, isn't it? As he's complaining the tyres are too hot. So yeah, we do need... The strategy is to get these in all the way around, right, these tyres, so we will back off a little bit. Let's have a look. 96. Yeah, we're pushing them a little bit harder than the others, it seems. But now we're going to get them back into temperature. And, well, let's wait and see. I'll be surprised in these conditions if everybody gets round the whole race without crashing, to be honest. But Ollie Bearman is having a little look here, isn't he? He's having a little look, using a bit of his battery, seeing what he can do. He's going to have a look up the inside of Lando Norris, but not going to be able to get that one done. So I think we now just make sure everything sits nicely as it can, and we'll just see what the natural pace is. Oscar Piastri pulling away. You'll be surprised if he doesn't win this race. Okay, I think we're going to call a bit of team orders here. We're going to let Daniel be aggressive because he does seem to be the faster driver. So we're going to get him to be a little bit more aggressive, and we're just going to get Ollie Bearman to not defend and have like 0 aggression. This is the easiest way, by the way, to get your driver to switch position without one of them just stopping like a bit of an idiot on track. This should allow us then to have quite an easy change here, because Ollie Bearman won't deploy out of this and shouldn't defend too strong either. And Daniel Ricciardo obviously given permission to attack a little bit more and get it done, because you can see Bearman is losing pace to Lando Norris. And there goes Daniel Ricciardo round the outside. He should get that move done, and then we can pop him back into neutral. Is he going to get it done? I mean, I could have just asked Ollie Bearman to get out of the way, but I know it costs so much time. So, come on, Ollie, do the right thing. Just let your teammate pass. That's it. Don't defend. There we go. Right, then we can go neutral, medium, and let's now sit you back onto neutral, and Daniel Ricciardo can go back to medium aggression as well. We're just switching those over. See, Ollie Bearman has now lost out to Lewis Hamilton. That is the problem. Whichever way you try and let one of your drivers past, that is the problem. Right, get on it. You got to overtake Lewis Hamilton again. So lap 8, Ollie Bearman sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He is now right behind Lewis Hamilton again. Yeah, we've got him back in. Daniel Ricciardo's caught up to Lando Norris as well. I mean, everyone's doing pretty well. We are pushing our tyres harder than everybody else. So, yeah, they're obviously doing that low push strategy. But yeah, it's going to be so up and down. I mean, there's a period there where I think you can go on softs, to be honest. But yeah, at the moment, it's not very entertaining, to be honest. So we've had our first incident. Iwasa spins. There's no safety car or virtual safety car or anything like that. But Iwasa has had a spin in the Haas. Yeah, not ideal for him, dropping down to 20th. And he has got a bit of damage as well. Ocon has a mechanical fault, but not much to report there either. Daniel, we've asked both drivers just to ease off pushing their tyres a little bit, just to make sure we've got enough at the end. But at the moment, I think Hamilton and Leclerc may take Bearman towards... If it stays like this, I think Hamilton and Leclerc take Bearman towards the end of the race. And I think Daniel Ricciardo gets third, which is great. But this is quite a boring, dull game to play right now. So what we could do is see what... I mean, fourth for Ollie Bearman is absolutely massive, but we could ask him to push his tyres, see where we get to, see how far and high, how up he can go, and then put a new set of inters on. But I'm sort of like, what's the point in risking it? When I've got my sensible hat on, third and fourth is great for Brawn. When I want the game and the video to be entertaining, I'm like, yeah, let's push Ollie Bearman and leave Daniel out there as he is. But really, I should be sensible. Okay, so what we're actually going to do, we are keeping it sensible. We're going to battery manage here. We're going to be battery managing quite a lot around Singapore to try and close the gap. So we've pulled Bearman away from Hamilton utilising his battery, and it looks like because of the conditions, we can actually do quite good battery management around here, and that is very helpful. Like now, we're just going to deploy with Daniel Ricciardo, not even on ERS Battle Assist, but let him close the gap. Get really close to Norris, have a few laps behind him, and then recharge it and then go for an overtake. And we might even be able to utilise that to get all the way up to Piastri. I know he's like 3.5 seconds in front, but we might be able to do that because we pulled away from Lewis Hamilton very, very easily, doing that with Bearman. And Daniel is having a look at Lando. Can he flick it back to the inside? Oh, he's going to push Lando wide. But yeah, like here, we should be deploying a lot more battery than Lando Norris, allowing us to get in front of him. And we're going to see. We're going to see if we can close that gap to Oscar Piastri. Who knows? I think it's a risk worth taking in this part of the race where the track's a little bit drier. And we can afford to push a little bit more. Okay, we're now actually coming up to back markers. 23 laps gone. And Daniel Ricciardo, 2.4 seconds off Piastri. Norris is about half a second behind, but looks like he's going to hit a bit of traffic here. Or did he get past? No, that's us in front, so he did get past. Ollie Behrman has lost out to Lewis Hamilton, who has caught him up a little bit. But generally, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. I'm not worried at the moment. Ollie Behrman has the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, which is nice. So Ollie Behrman has lost out to Charles Leclerc as well. But again, I'm not too... It's what I predicted. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. It's as the track changes dampness, these more experienced drivers have the attributes that mean they're better in it, in the conditions. So... God, excuse my sneeze. It is what it is. What is interesting, though, is a lot of people are pitting. Sergio Perez is in, coming out to fresh inters. Like... Fine, okay. That's not a great issue for us. I assume just trying something different is what they're going for. But yeah, if we look at the track, it's going to get drier soon. So I think we just stay on these inters for as long as we can. And if Piastri's 3 seconds ahead of us, if we see him pit, then we'll pit and follow him. I just think that's the logical thing to do. I mean, I'm just checking. It's about 27 seconds for a pit stop. 27 seconds for a pit stop, right? Ollie Behrman is 27 seconds ahead of Fernando Alonso. So Ollie Behrman could technically pit whenever he wants and still come out in front or just behind Fernando Alonso in a worst case scenario. So it's an interesting dilemma because Ollie Behrman currently is 6th. He could come out in 8th and be on much quicker tyres and potentially overtake both drivers in front of him and get back to 6th on fresher tyres. But I'm sort of like, what's the point? If you see what I mean. What's the point at the moment? So the only reason why there might be a point now to pit Oliver Behrman is because if we look at last lap, he did a 1:42.6. Verstappen is lapping a 1/10 quicker at the moment. But he's lapping a lot quicker than Alonso anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I was thinking if Verstappen's laps are much, much quicker, we could pit Behrman, he'll probably catch Verstappen up. But at the moment, he's not. He's a lot slower than the front 5, but I'm not even that. Norris, I mean, look, Hamilton and Leclerc, 1:41s. That's incredibly quick. But I think they've started to push their tyres a little bit more. So, unless Ferrari knows something we don't, which I don't think they do, then, again, I think we're fine as we are. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Lawson is in the wall. I don't think it's going to be a safety car, though. Safety car definitely hasn't come out yet. Oh, he's locked up. He's gone straight on. I don't know why he turned that way. He should have turned right, you idiot. But, yeah, not the best for Liam Lawson there. Has he got it going again? Yes, he has, but without a front wing. So, that's pretty dangerous for him at the moment. Verstappen is now 9 seconds. So Verstappen is closing the gap. We're about halfway through. A 1:41.8, a 1:42.3. So yeah, Ollie Behrman really is now starting to struggle. I mean, we have got battery for Ollie Behrman that we could use to increase that gap if we want to. The thing is he going to make those tyres last? He will. He'll just be slow at the end. There's another yellow flag in Sector 2. It's not Daniel Ricciardo, and it's not Ollie Behrman. So at the moment, I'm not too concerned. It's Alonso having a spin. So that, I mean, part of me makes that now makes me think, oh my, we definitely could just pit, get out in front of Alonso, only lose one spot. I think we're going to do that because then we get Ollie Behrman on fresher tyres, more grip. He'll be in for the rest of the race. He's definitely going to come out in front of Fernando Alonso anyway. So let's make sure it's a brand new set, right? 100%, 97, 100%. There we go. I think losing one spot to Verstappen when we're going to be so much quicker than him on new tyres is fine. And we've still got Daniel Ricciardo doing a great job. Ricciardo, I mean, Hamilton might get him, but I feel like they're pushing their tyres a lot at the moment. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But we will pit Ollie Behrman. That decision has been made. Thank you, Alonso, for having a spin. And Ollie Behrman does come into the pits then. He's got that 60km/h limit as he comes in. Now, Verstappen should pass him. But it'll be a good test for the pit crew as well. And we could have given them a whole weekend off in this race. But no, we want to see what they're up to in the rain. See what they can do. As you can see, Verstappen has now passed Ollie Behrman. And the inters go on. It's a 2.2. It's a very good stop. How far away is Alonso? He is still miles away. So Ollie Behrman, with the fastest lap, is going to come out in 7th. And Max Verstappen is going to be quite far up the road. But yeah, we'll see how it works. That's a no risk stop, I think, to get on fresh tyres there for Ollie Behrman. So, and now we can push them a little bit more. We can actually get him to deploy his battery as well around these laps and see what he can do, because yes, they're going to be cold, so he's not going to have too much grip at the moment, but look how much life they get towards the end. And he's got to make up 17 seconds to get back where he was, as Sergio Perez on his fresh tyre sets the fastest lap. In fact, that's a good point. Let's not do that yet. Let's wait until they're up to temperature, and then we'll go for the fastest lap again with Ollie Behrman. Piastri is just in a world of his own out in front. That McLaren is so quick. But Daniel Ricciardo still there with Lando Norris behind him, but he is having a pretty decent race himself. I'm confident Daniel Ricciardo will get these tyres to the end. That's not an issue at all. But yeah, Ollie Behrman, come on, get them to temperature, son. Okay, so Ollie Behrman's tyres are in. They are in range, or in perfect operating temperature. So we're going to try and go for the fastest lap with Ollie Behrman here and see if we can close that gap to Max Verstappen, as we've got a lapped car in front of us, or a blue flagger, a back marker that's going to need overtaking. Lando Norris has got past Daniel Ricciardo. Yeah, got that done. Again, not too worried about that. Lewis Hamilton is closing in behind, but we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. Daniel's been managing his battery really well, so he's got a lot of opportunities to make things happen. The track is very close to dry tyres, but I don't think it's ever going to be on them long enough for us to warrant changing. So let's leave Ollie Behrman to this. He needs to get out of the way. Well done. Not too sure who that was. Probably Lawson. Yes, it was Lawson. And straight away, we've already closed the gap up by 2 seconds to Max Verstappen, which is lovely. And yeah, go on, Ollie Behrman, son. Do it for the fastest lap. Do it for the fastest lap. Is he setting... He's got a purple sector 1, which is lovely. Can he take that purple sector 2? Or Ricciardo sets the fastest purple 3. Then it goes to Charles Leclerc. Ollie Behrman currently on 2 purple sectors. So Ollie Behrman really is going for the fastest lap right now. And hopefully it will be a lap time that is just beyond what anyone else can achieve, because we've got these fresh tyres on. And then we just bring it home with both drivers, hopefully, in podiums. I mean, 8 tenths quicker, Lewis Hamilton, than Daniel Ricciardo at the moment. That's mightily impressive. Let's get him to push his tyres a little bit more as Ollie Behrman runs out of ERS. He's gone 2 seconds quicker than anybody else in this Grand Prix right now. So lovely stuff, Ollie Behrman. And you can keep... It's changed to dry. Let's see if anyone pits. I don't think they will. DRS is now enabled, which isn't going to really help anyone. I mean, Daniel Ricciardo is in DRS range of Lando Norris, but let's get him to close up as well. See if he can pull away from Lewis Hamilton a little bit. Ollie Behrman's gap to... I nearly said Sergio Verstappen. Max Verstappen is now 3 seconds shorter. Lovely. So Daniel Ricciardo with DRS and the battery is going to fly past Lando Norris. Is he going to fly past Lando Norris? That's the question. There's a yellow flag somewhere as they get a bit of wheel-to-wheel driving there. Behrman hasn't crashed. That's good. Someone has. There's been multiple cars, apparently. With DRS open, a bit more carnage. Oh, is it Williams? It's not. It's Alpine on Williams. I thought it was Williams on Williams, but it's not. Into the final corner. And Pierre Gasly just gets held up there by probably Carlos Sainz, to be honest, in that sort of battle. Yes, it was Sainz. But, yeah, Ricciardo is now in front of Lando Norris, but he's not going to be able to hold on for it for too much longer, because this DRS here, you would imagine that Lando Norris may get past him, because we don't have any battery with Daniel Ricciardo either. So yes, it's going to be... Oh, it's a battle into the chicane. That would be a lovely view at turn 2 to see that. Oh, Gasly has damage. I thought that was telling me that Ollie Behrman had picked up some damage, but he hasn't. It was Pierre Gasly, as Daniel does a very, very good job. So if we can just manoeuvre through here and stay... I don't think we're going to stay in front on this DRS either. But we'll see. Daniel's trying his hardest, didn't he? He's trying. Lando's just going to have the top speed to get that one done. So, yeah, this battling is allowing Hamilton to draw a bit closer and Piastri to pull away. So, right, we get that position back. I'm going to try something here. I'm just going to tell Daniel that he can go for this. He can try and pull away. Although Lando Norris now is in front. So, again, I need to wait, really. I need to wait. Wait, Daniel. Well, you can keep pushing your tyres a little bit more. But it's this DRS zone coming up that we just need to go for it. Don't worry. Because this is the one where if you can come through here, it's the one that kills the battery though. That's the problem. All right, sit behind him. Sit behind him for the time being. We'll see what we can do. Because Hamilton, our battling has let the Ferraris back in now. Oh, that's a pain. Come on, Rain. We need DRS to be cancelled pretty soon, to be honest. As Lewis Hamilton goes around the outside, it's because we don't have any battery left, and he's got the DRS as well. He's gonna catch up to Norris quicker than we can. We're trying to recharge our battery. I went for a sort of Hail Mary approach, and it hasn't really paid off, has it? It hasn't really paid off, so I don't know. Hopefully we can keep pace with those two in front. I'd love to get Daniel on fresh tyres. Again, he'd only lose one position. Ollie Behrman is lapping at a 1:39.1. Daniel's doing a 1:41.5, but was under a lot of pressure. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. Verstappen's 28 seconds behind us. So we could pit and come out 6th and then have to make up all that time to Charles Leclerc, but be on fresh tyres. I don't think we're going to have enough pace to get a podium anymore. It's just so close. It's like, what's the rain going to do? It's going to come back. I think we pit. Do we pit, or do I just ask him to move the tyres a little bit more? I don't want to... losing one position really isn't that bad. In terms of points, it is, but we're not going to be challenging the top anyway. Piastri and Norris are... Or Piastri definitely is so much quicker than everyone else. But with Leclerc already in DRS range of us, we're now in a DRS train. The rain's about to come back. Tyres are 60. Everyone's got better tyres than us. Behrman probably is. It's changed back to damp. 1:39.6. He is lapping a lot quicker than everybody else. There's still 23 laps to go. I just think we make that time back. I feel like we make that time back if we only lose one position. That's a 27... Oh, well, it's 27 seconds. That is like bang on what the difference would be, right? Oh, it's not. It's 17 seconds because Leclerc is right behind us. So Verstappen's actually closer than I thought. Oh, I don't know. I should have brought him in. I should have brought him in when he was 3rd, I think, for fresh tyres. But yeah, he's losing pace. He can't keep up with Hamilton and Norris at the moment. Someone's developed. Oh, Ocon has a fault. Pourchaire has a mechanical fault as well. Yeah, do we pit him and then catch up? I think we've lost DRS. Leclerc's going to get us, so we're going to pit. We're going to pit, and we're just going to overtake Max Verstappen. Like, we'll come out in front of our teammate. We'll come out just in front of our teammate, I think. But I do think we can get both of them to then catch Max Verstappen. It's a shame. It could have been a podium, but that little bit of dry running... The better pace that those two have in front. Yeah, I think that is what we do. We can ask Ollie Behrman to push his tyres a little bit more because he's going to have lots of spare rubber at the end. I mean, if we have a quick look here. So Daniel's going to put on a fresh set of inters. Oh, no, he's going to put them on there. I mean, he could technically absolutely rag them and be 22 seconds quicker in this race. So that is what we're doing for Daniel. Yeah, okay. It's a risk. I know it's a risk. Let's see what we can do. I just think Charles Leclerc is going to take us. Like, I know DRS is now shut. There isn't any more DRS, but I just feel like that's going to happen. So Daniel is into the pits. Here he is coming into the very, very slow Singapore pit lane. 27 seconds loss. We'll keep an eye on Max Verstappen as well. He's coming around the chicane, so he'll do a left turn, I think it is. As here comes Daniel Ricciardo. We need a good stop, boys. We need a good stop. It's a 2.3. It's not bad. Where's Max? Max is just coming down the start-finish straight now. Now, the key thing here is that Daniel has to really, really go for it on these tyres. He has to really, really go for it. So out he comes. His teammate is just there. Hopefully he doesn't hold his teammate up. But now we can push. And I'm pretty sure because the rain is back, we will no longer need to worry about keeping that all in order. Right, Daniel. Drive like your life depends on it, my son. Come on. Daniel Ricciardo, you absolute beauty. That in front of us is Max Verstappen. So while we're that close to him, let's ease off the tyres a little bit. We have reduced that time significantly. That is absolutely epic driving from Daniel Ricciardo, as now we need Pierre Gasly, I think that is, to get out the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, Pierre. Get out of the way. There we go. Right. Let's go for it. Hunt him. We've got him on aggressive manoeuvres as well. So Daniel Ricciardo, sacked off by Red Bull, wasn't he, at one point, is now looking to hunt down their number one driver, Max Verstappen, who's on 57% tyres. This is what I mean. This tyre advantage at the end could really work out for us. It really, really could. And here is Daniel Ricciardo eyeing up a move on Max Verstappen. He's got the Dutchman nervous. And you can see he's utilising his battery as best he can to try and get this move done. And surely the new tyres are going to give us the grip to have the inside edge onto this corner and then get in front before we go to the left-hander. And it does. Daniel Ricciardo is through on Max Verstappen and can just keep this going. I could just push him. I think I can just leave him on push the whole time. His tyres are getting very, very hot, but we need to close this gap. 15 seconds is the gap to Charles Leclerc. We have much better tyres. And our last lap was a 1:38.2 whilst battling with Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc could be in danger here. Charles Leclerc could be in danger from Daniel Ricciardo. I also really want to go for the fastest lap with Daniel Ricciardo because he's higher up the order. So I think what we're going to do is I think we're just going to have the natural pace anyway to allow us to top up with that. Ollie Behrman has got all of his fuel back in line as well. So when Daniel Ricciardo starts his next lap, we're going to push everything absolutely gun-ho and see what lap time he can do. But yeah, Charles Leclerc, that fourth, we're not out of fourth place. Put it this way, we're not out of fourth place. Right, so Daniel Ricciardo is just going to be starting what will be a fastest lap attempt in this race. He's not got the most battery, but you charge up loads here into turn 1 and turn 2. So let's see what Daniel can do. But 12 seconds we've brought that down by. He is rapid. Ollie Behrman is only now 4.8 seconds off Max Verstappen. So I do think getting onto these fresh tyres has been a pretty decent strategy. And both drivers have sort of done it at a similar time as well, or at the correct sort of time as well for what they need. And I'm excited. You can see that where we're pushing the tyres, we will have to come off full push after this lap and just put them on slightly aggressive. But yeah, we'll be looking for purple sectors as Daniel Ricciardo does a purple sector 1 with this push. And what can he do? So that car in front, which is potentially Albon. It is Alex Albon. We'll need to get out of the way pretty sharpish, to be honest, because Daniel Ricciardo is pushing and pushing fast. As Albon goes a little bit wide. He sort of does get out the way, but not the best. But Daniel Ricciardo now does set. He's run out of battery, which is not a huge problem. It is a little bit annoying to do it before the end of Sector 2, but he's gone purple in Sector 1 and Sector 2. So hopefully now he's got enough pace about him to just do these last few corners and get that purple lap. Come on, Danielson. Come on. You can do it. We believe. There's no deployment of battery out of there. He only needs a green Sector 3, to be honest. I don't think it even needs to be purple. But he comes across. He doesn't get the fastest lap because he ran out of battery. Bollocks. That's annoying. Ollie Behrman is now hunting down Max Verstappen and doing a cracking job of it as well. Yeah, it looks like he's going to get up to 6th position at some point in this race. Their tyres in the front must be knackered. I mean, look how much we've been pushing Daniel Ricciardo. He's worn his down to 64% already, which is mightily impressive. He might actually run out of tyre life before we even get to a point to overtake Charles Leclerc, to be honest. But Ollie Behrman, go on, lad. Oh, we've not had you on battle assist. That'll help you, won't it, if we put you back on battle assist. We've got Daniel Ricciardo on battle assist as well, even though there's no one really round him. But go on, Ollie. I was going to say, there's a DRS zone coming up. Doesn't matter. It's raining, Dave. DRS isn't involved. But yeah, Ollie Behrman, I think we'll get this done eventually. I don't think we actually need to push him too much, to be honest. He should be able to keep those in check. I think once we're past Max Verstappen, we can drop him into standard running. But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo, 13% better tyres, 10 laps to go. A 1:39.4, so not lapping quicker than we were previously, but Charles Leclerc's on a 1:41.1. Ollie Behrman is past Max Verstappen. Obviously, we missed it because I was looking. Oh, they're still battling. They're still away. A 1:40.0. So not bad as Ollie Bearman here. He's run out of battery, which is the killer, and which means he hasn't managed to get the move done. So there you go. That's annoying, isn't it? That's very annoying. But yeah, 1:40. I mean, he's lapping quicker. 10 laps to go, and he's 1.1 seconds quicker. So with a gap of 4 seconds, in theory, Daniel Ricciardo should get this done. He should be in a position to get an overtake done on Charles Leclerc. Oh my word, we've got a safety car. We've got a safety car. I think it's Guan Yu Zhou. But I'm not 100% sure. It could be Liam Lawson. It's definitely not Ollie Bearman. I'm pretty sure that's not Ollie Bearman. He's still facing the right way. Yeah, he is. Daniel. Oh my God. What do we do? What do we do with a full-on safety car? Because everybody... Surely Piastri pit. He hasn't pitted. Piastri's gone past the pit lane. Norris is past the pit lane. Charles Leclerc, or Lewis Hamilton is the guinea pig here. Lewis Hamilton goes past. Charles Leclerc, where are we? Where are we? Oh my God, I've got to make a decision. We are 12 seconds. I mean, again, we'd come out in front of Sergio Perez. With both drivers would come out in front of Sergio Perez. Would we? 10... Yeah, he's 31. I think a fresh set. Because everyone's going to be bunched up, right? I think everyone's going to be bunched up. I think we do it again. 97, 97, 96. Let's go the 97 percenters then. I think everyone is going to be so bunched up that this makes sense. I know the AI isn't doing it, which is a bit of a concern, but I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. Did he make it in? Did Daniel make it in? No. Daniel didn't make it in. Which means for Daniel then, we're going to have to play it by ear. I don't think Daniel's going to have enough time to get in. It was Guan Yu Zhou that crashed on turn 11. Let's have a look as he comes around... Oh, too much of the back end hit the curb, and he is facing the wrong way. So, Ollie Bearman pits. He is in. Max Verstappen will pass him. Perez shouldn't pass him. And he's going to be on fresh tyres for the restart, of which I think there's 9 laps to go. We definitely won't do 9 laps under the safety car, and everybody's going to be bunched up. 2.0 stop. That is very impressive. Very, very impressive. As Sergio Perez is, nowhere near us under that safety car. That's totally fine. But yeah, the safety car isn't even out yet. Now, do we pit Daniel Ricciardo? At the moment, if it all stays like this, he's going to come out in front or just behind his teammate. However, oh my God, there's only 4 laps left. This might end under safety car. I may have just cost Ollie Bearman a position. We'll see. Daniel Ricciardo stays out. 2 laps to go. We're still under safety car. Laps card will not be allowed to overtake. But the safety car isn't coming in. And we've started the final lap. I mean, we're just going to be ready to go, right? Let's just be ready to go. I apologise, Ollie Bearman. I've cost you a position, but... You did really well to get past Max Verstappen, and then I ballsed it up. So, let's see. I don't think we're having any more racing. So, the safety car is ending, but because racing starts, I think, once you cross the line, it's a bit of a nothingness, isn't it? It's a bit of a nothingness, because Oscar Piastri's there, right behind the safety car, as close as you can be. The safety car will pull away, but that doesn't mean Piastri is going to accelerate. So, we're going to be finishing 5th and 7th, which, all in all, is great, is fine, but we qualified 3rd and 4th. We lost a bit of pace. I think if I had done the pit stop earlier onto the fresher tyres. So race control safety cars ending, and Oscar Piastri is going to win the Singapore Grand Prix. Basically under safety car. There's a little bit of battling going on back there, but yeah, no one's allowed to overtake until you cross the line anyway. It's 5th and 7th. It's 5th and 7th. So Oscar Piastri wins it. They swap positions, Piastri and Norris, but it's a good 1-2 for McLaren. 3 and 4 for Ferrari. 5th and 7th for Brawn. We split Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez in there as well. Ollie Behrman does get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so he brings home 7 points in this one. Daniel Ricciardo drops down to 3rd. Ollie Behrman up 1 to 8th in the Constructors. Ferrari, McLaren, and then us in 3rd. So a good season so far. And again, we got the fastest pit stop. I think we're the only people to do pit stops in that one. But lovely stuff. Not bad at all. We don't pay out any bonuses, but we do get maximum payout, 1.37 million. Lovely. And Ollie Behrman's up to an 80, which is very nice indeed. He's now actually only 2 less than Daniel Ricciardo. So I think at the end of this season, Ollie Behrman may overtake Daniel Ricciardo in terms of rating, and we'll see how that looks. But not a bad little time. ATR starts now, so we've got a lot of research going on the car anyway, but we've planned it so they will finish during this ATR period, and then we can whack some ATR time into some of the changes that are coming, because those changes are going to be huge for next season, as is in real life. 2026 will be undergoing major development, and I think we do have one here. Look at that. DRS effectiveness worse, but top speed is better, cornering is better. It's going to give us +4 for car number 1 in terms of top speed. So in the next race, we'll be having new chassis on both cars. And we're off to Bahrain. Our Middle East stint of the calendar will be starting in the next episode. So we say goodbye to Asia. Round 5 takes us to Bahrain. Round 6 then takes us to the UAE. And then after that, we're off to Baku. And then the European stint. And we're over halfway through the season, I think, at that point, which is quite impressive. So we'll be back for the Bahrain Grand Prix, where we've got quite a lot of stuff to get through in that period. I'll do it all off camera. We'll be back for the race. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying it, please leave a like. See you in the next one. Cheers.